In the heart of the Giza Plateau, beneath the blazing Egyptian sun, lies one of the most enduring enigmas of human history, the Great Sphinx of Giza. With its massive lion's body and human head, it has stood watch over the pyramids for millennia, its weathered face gazing eternally toward the rising sun. For thousands of years it has stirred awe, wonder, and endless debate. Mainstream Egyptology tells us the Sphinx was carved around 2500 BC during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre of the 4th dynasty. According to this account, it was a symbol of royal power guarding Khafre's pyramid complex. But not everyone is convinced. Some independent researchers, geologists, and alternative historians argue that the Sphinx may be far older, carved thousands of years before the rise of the pharaohs. They suggest that when the Egyptians of Khafre's time arrived, they found it already standing, heavily weathered and partially buried in sand. Its eroded features may have once represented a lion's head, later recarved into the likeness of a pharaoh, which would explain why the head is so small compared to the massive body. But beyond its age, the Sphinx is shrouded in even deeper mysteries. Legends passed down through the ages speak of hidden chambers and secret passages within and beneath the monument tunnels, said to lead to vast underground halls, even libraries of lost knowledge. Could these myths contain a grain of truth? In the late 20th century, ground-penetrating radar studies revealed possible cavities beneath the Sphinx, reigniting speculation that secrets may still lie hidden. Archaeologist Zahi Hawass and Egyptologist Mark Lehner once investigated a tunnel behind the Sphinx's tail, after a local worker recalled stories of a passage in that area. They removed a stone, uncovering a descending shaft cut into the bedrock. For weeks they explored in near-total darkness, expecting perhaps treasures or inscriptions. Instead they found only an empty tunnel, leading nowhere. Their official report, spanning 16 pages and a handful of photographs, documented nothing of significance. Yet whispers continued. A few daring individuals sneaking past guards managed to capture forbidden photographs of what appeared to be another passage leading upward into the body of the Sphinx itself, a sealed tunnel hidden from public eyes. If true, it would challenge the official position that nothing exists beneath. And this is only the beginning. Just a short distance from the Sphinx lies another subterranean enigma, the Osiris Shaft. Hidden beneath the causeway connecting the Sphinx with Khafre's pyramid, this shaft plunges deep into the bedrock, descending level by level. The first entrance reveals a rectangular opening carved with astonishing precision, leading 10 meters underground. From there, another shaft continues 20 meters deeper before reaching a third descent, taking explorers almost 30 meters below the surface of the Giza Plateau. At this lowest chamber rests a massive stone sarcophagus, partially submerged in water from the natural aquifer. This eerie chamber evokes images of the Egyptian underworld, a symbolic gateway to death and rebirth. The sarcophagus seems to represent the tomb of Osiris himself, the god of resurrection. 6 additional burial shafts surround the chamber, all empty. Were they plundered? Or were they never filled in the first place? Even stranger is the material of some of the sarcophagi discovered in the Osiris Shaft. One was carved from diorite, a stone harder than granite, and one not native to Egypt. Weighing over 40 tons, it would have required immense effort to transport across desert terrain, especially without the aid of wheels or iron tools. Why would the builders choose such an incredibly difficult material instead of using local stone like granite or limestone? Some researchers believe this choice was deliberate, evidence of a forgotten technology or an advanced civilization that predated Egypt's dynasties. Recent dating techniques using optical thermoluminescence suggest that at least one sarcophagus could date to around 3,350 BC, centuries earlier than the Old Kingdom. This would mean the Osiris Shaft predates even the construction of the Great Pyramid. But perhaps the most controversial claim comes from geologist Robert Schoch. In the early 1990s, Schoch studied the erosion patterns on the Sphinx and noticed something unusual. Instead of the sharp, wind-carved patterns typical of desert weathering, the Sphinx shows rounded, undulating grooves more consistent with rainfall erosion. But when did it last rain heavily on the Giza Plateau? Thousands of years before the pharaohs, between 10,000 and 5,000 BC, when this region was a lush, wetter landscape. If Schoch is correct, the Sphinx could date back 7,000 to 12,000 years ago, long before dynastic Egypt, during an age when no known civilization supposedly existed. This stunning possibility has inspired writers like Graham Hancock, who argue that the Sphinx and the Osiris Shaft are remnants of a forgotten advanced culture that flourished before the end of the last ice age. According to Hancock, this civilization may have been destroyed in cataclysmic floods around 12,800 years ago, when fragments of a comet struck Earth, melting ice sheets and triggering global upheaval. Survivors, he suggests, carried fragments of their knowledge to Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the Americas, seeding the rise of later civilizations. The alignments of Egypt's monuments seem to support such theories. The pyramids of Giza align precisely with the stars of Orion's belt. The Sphinx faces due east, aligned with the rising sun, but also with the constellation Leo during the so-called Age of Leo around 10,000 BC. Were these alignments intentional markers, linking Earth to sky and encoding cycles of time far beyond our recorded history? Inside the Osiris Shaft, echoes of ancient texts can be felt. The pyramid texts and the Book of the Dead speak of journeys through water, of boats that carried souls through the underworld, and of resurrection in the company of Osiris. The flooded chamber with its colossal sarcophagus seems like a stone-carved enactment of these myths, bringing to life the ancient Egyptian vision of death and rebirth. And then there are the tunnels. Beneath the third level of the Osiris Shaft lies a partially explored passage that seems to stretch farther into the earth. Could it connect to the rumored network of tunnels said to lie beneath the Giza plateau? Some believe these tunnels run for kilometers, linking the pyramids, the Sphinx, and perhaps even extending to Saqqara. Other subterranean systems in Egypt support this possibility. The catacombs of Tuna el-Gebel stretch 3 kilometers. The tunnels beneath the step pyramid of Djoser extend for more than 5 kilometers, across 5 different levels. If similar tunnels exist beneath Giza, they may yet conceal secrets of unimaginable significance. Even more puzzling are the sarcophagi within. Some bear a thin coating of bitumen, beneath which researchers discovered traces of metals like lead, zinc, and titanium, suggesting ancient treatments or unknown techniques. One sarcophagus, made of a stone called dayite, has no known source in Egypt or even Africa, suggesting it was imported from thousands of miles away, possibly across the sea. How did such massive stones, weighing 40 tons or more, travel such distances in an age without ships capable of carrying them? The more we learn, the more questions arise. Are the Sphinx and the Osiris Shaft purely Egyptian creations, symbolic of their rich spiritual beliefs? Or are they fragments of something older, the last echoes of a civilization lost to cataclysm, its wisdom buried beneath the sands of time? The debate continues. For mainstream scholars, the Sphinx remains a 4,500-year-old guardian of Khafra's pyramid. For alternative thinkers, it is a relic of humanity's forgotten past, a reminder that our history may be far deeper and more complex than we imagine. What is certain is this: the journey into the secrets of the Sphinx has only just begun. Beneath its weathered gaze may lie revelations that could rewrite the story of civilization itself.